Hey Rockstar, got another live call for you today, and this one was very interesting. The seller was firm on his price, not willing to budge, I believe were his exact words, but he was very open to seller financing, and he didn't bat an eye when I mentioned subject to either. So watch how it played out, and then I'll run the numbers for you at the end, and then I'll even play you the follow-up call on the next day so you know exactly what happened.
Hello.
Hello,
Yes.
hey, it's Matt, and I was calling about your property on that you might want to sell.
Yeah.
Very good. We texted back and forth a couple times, so sorry for the delay.
Yeah.
Super. So I know Jen talked to you a little bit about it, and I just want to review a few things to see if this is going to be a good fit for us.
Okay.
All right. She says the condition is like in perfect condition.
Yeah.
Okay. Super. If you're going to stay there, say a few more years, is there anything that you know you would fix for sure?
Dude, I'll tell you what I would probably redo the second bathroom just to remodel it.
The second bath. Got it.
Yeah, that's about it though.
Okay.
I may update the floors,
Mm-hmm.
like to go from the laminate flooring to actual real bamboo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But outside of that though, man, like, I just put in a completely brand new 16 SEER train HVAC system
Mm-hmm.
on the roof and in the thing. That was about a month ago. Not one appliance in there is older than 3 years old.
Okay.
The kitchen's been redone, new countertops.
Mm-hmm.
The whole master bath has been completely remodeled as well with brand new carpets, flooring, and all that line. Not really, man. Nothing at all, actually.
Sweet, sweet. Are you living in the property right now, or is it vacant?
No, I have a month-to-month tenant in there right now.
Okay, very good. And what is the rent bringing in? May I ask?
Yeah, it's $1,200 a month. But soon as he's a really good friend of mine, as soon as this thing is up with him,
Mm-hmm.
his rent will be raised to 16.
Got it. And so it's month to month. Do you have like a verbal agreement with him?
I have a verbal agreement with him. Yeah.
Okay. I'd want to honor that. What's the extent of that if we needed to?
30-day notice.
Okay. Perfect. Well, gosh, it sounds like a perfect property. It sounds like something we would be looking for. Why are you thinking about selling it?
Dude, like, I have a locked-in rate at 2.75, right?
Uh-huh.
And, you know, I was one of two things. I was thinking about wanting to wipe out some debt because I'd started a business venture down in Mexico City,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't really work out that well, just given the climate that we're all in.
Right.
And for one, two, and I wanted to use the rest of that money to buy something else.
Got it.
But when you're valued at 310,
Mm-hmm.
315, right in there,
Mm-hmm.
and you only owe 160 on it,
Mhm.
it's kind of like, all right, you bought it for 185.
Right.
I'm way on the other side.
Got it. So you're gonna make some money on it. Is what you want.
Yeah, I mean, like, just to have a fresher start.
Mm-hmm.
However, though, if I do get one of these jobs that I've applied for,
Mm-hmm.
I probably won't sell it.
Got it. Got it.
Just because the two jobs that I'm being considered for right now are well into six figures.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's just like, all right, you know what? I'll bite the bullet, live cheap for a year and a half. I'll pay off my debt myself, and then I won't sell the property.
Got it. Do you have a deadline on that?
Probably in a couple of weeks.
Okay, so it's coming up.
Time.
Okay, perfect. Have you considered just calling a real estate agent? Sounds like a perfect retail property.
I have. They're taking pictures of it tomorrow.
Okay, so this is something you're probably going to list.
I'm probably going to list for a little bit. And then
Okay.
if I do get one of these jobs, I'm going to have her pull it.
Got it, got it. Okay, well, gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be the right buyer for you. I mean, it sounds like you kind of got it figured out. You know what you want to do. What did we have here?
I mean, if somebody offers me what the current value is for those apartments that are in there, that are currently listed,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely consider it. But I'm not going to sell it for anything less than that.
Oh, I understand. Got it. All right. So what are the, I'm looking at some of the most recent comparables. I mean, the market is shifting so quickly, and I've got so many opportunities on my desk right now.
No, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the comparables that was sent over to me, the
Mhm.
average is about 310, given the
310.
condition that my apartment's in.
Right, right. And it's a 2-bed, 2-bath, right?
And a 2-car garage.
And a 2-car garage. Got it. We went back. Because even just like if we just took out May and just focused on June, when that was kind of seems like kind of like the transition right there, mid-May. Let's see. I would love to make this work for both of us, but I got an obligation to keep the lights on over here. So
No, absolutely.
yeah,
I totally get it, my man. Totally get it.
totally. So let me see. Just removing all of the 3 bedrooms here out of this report, and then
'Cause I got the same report from her as well, from the real estate agent.
yeah. Do you got a time frame of how far that goes back?
Yeah.
Okay.
June.
June?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. So I'm looking at the public records here, and if we just looked at the 2 bedrooms within a quarter mile of your area, let me take out the 1 bedroom, take out the 3 bedroom, and then lots of 3 bedrooms in there. Like we got the market there, just the average sales price at 262. That's a little far off.
That's the thing, though. The thing is, if you go 1 block up, you're in the hood.
Is that what's going on here? Okay.
Yeah, you go 1 block up, you're screwed.
Right.
I fit right in that pocket where Spanish Trails is. And this is why a lot of people like that neighborhood, is because I got the best schools zoned. And I'm right there before I get. So this is the thing, though. A lot of people, like, I see that you're calling me from LA, and I'm from LA as well. And
yeah,
it's kind
of
like it's kind of like if you're on one side of the street, wrong side of the street in Santa Monica, you get into Section 8. You get into Section 8 housing, and if you go up 1 block, literally a quarter of a mile, you're right there in that hood, and that's where like has a lot of trailer parks and all that jazz. And this is where a lot of people who are not 100% really familiar with that, because you look at a quarter mile radius, but if you also look at a quarter mile radius in Santa Monica, you jump into, rent control housing, you jump into a lot of, not as desirable stuff, because the first thing you think about Santa Monica is like, Third Street Promenade. I went to Samo as well, and I get it.
Got it.
But that's the thing, though. Like, it's not something that I'm willing to budge on.
Sure.
Average neighborhood, sure, within that quarter mile radius. But if you look around that quarter mile radius, there's nothing desirable in there.
What's this number 8 property? Okay, hold on, because I'm looking, and I am between.
If you get up to, you're screwed. It's undesirable.
Okay, let me take out this one right here. That's weighing you down. Yeah, it takes us to 299.
That's what I'm saying. Like, get up the drop, and that's the thing, though. And I got this little pocket, and for what my interest rate is, dude, if I'm about to pay off this loan in 10 years.
Right.
So if I get a 6-figure income, for the job that I'm looking at, dude, I can pay this thing off and get myself out of debt. And now I'm sitting on a property in about 5 or 7 more years from now that could be worth $350.
Right. No, you're in a good spot, and boy, your loan is as much of an asset as your property is, really.
No, absolutely. I mean, like when you have 2.75 as your fixed rate for 10 more years. Well, I had it for 15. I got 10 more years left on it. After I refinanced, because I refinanced it from 30. Now it's at 3.9, and I got it down to a 15 2.75. Dude, my payment only moved about $75. I mean, like but I cut my loan into half. And when you have an inflation rate at 8, it's almost got paid to take out that loan.
Yeah, you're a little bit more. That's what I'm telling people all the time too. Is like we're like at negative interest rates, even if it's 6%, we're still at negative 3% of what the loans are.
Yeah, dude, I got a degree in economics for a reason, bud. And
yeah, you get it.
Thing, though. Like you just noticed it. As soon as you took out that one house on that corner, dude, it goes up to 300. Just pay $299. Just go up to 300 for round number purposes. Right.
No, I got you. No, I need that extra buck, dude. No, here we go.
I'll buy you a beer at the end of the day.
Sounds good. Yeah, the only way that the market would allow me to come up and get you your price is if you were willing to like take some money now and the rest later. Would you be open to something like that?
Okay. Man, like I'm never gonna say no to something until something's formally presented.
Sure. Okay. Here's the other thing that makes you a little bit more desirable than most people that I talk to is your loan right now. would you be willing to leave that in place and just sell me your equity?
Maybe. Like I said, my last statement said I owed 161 and some change. I make my next payment here in about 6-7 more days. What I dropped to my bottom line, I only pay $370 a month in interest, bro.
Nice.
I mean, like shit.
Right.
That's all I pay in interest.
Okay.
So it's like I said, man, if you put something forward, I can definitely look into it.
Okay.
But it's really hard to come up with something off the cuff. Like, I'm willing to entertain any idea.
All right.
But
Sweet.
I need something to take a look, entertain though.
For sure. No, I'll put something together for you, for sure. Just so I'm not wasting your time, though, if I were to give you some money now and the rest later, how much do you actually need right now?
50 grand.
Oh, 50 grand. I didn't hear that. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, 50 grand.
All right. I think that could be very doable. All right. Let me put something together, and then when can I call you back when you'll be in front of your computer?
Is this your cell number, man?
Yeah, this is my cell. I'm from LA too. So.
Shoot me a WhatsApp message,
and
maybe we can schedule a Zoom call.
Okay, sounds good.
Sound good?
Yep. Thanks, partner.
All right, buddy.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty, so we might have something here. I don't know. We're gonna run the numbers really quickly, but when I'm looking for a deal, I'm always looking for two things. It's really not a deal unless I've got equity and or if I've got cash flow. So those are the two things I'm always looking for, and then that'll put me in a position as to whether it's worth my time even making an offer or not. Typically, I will always make an offer, but how much time do I want to invest in this is really what I'm trying to discern right away. This is my quick and dirty math formula, so I'll show you real quickly. All right, so we know the seller's property is, I have it valued right at $299, so I'll say 300. The seller wants 310. Said he's not willing to budge, right? So an equity play just is probably not going to happen here. He doesn't need to sell. There's no real distress. The property is in great condition. I saw the pictures online. It's decorated beautifully. He's already got an agent out there taking pictures, probably going to list it next week. So he's not going to sell it at a discount. If he has to keep it, he's more than willing to keep it. So what we have to do is run the cash flow play. Can we turn this into a cash producing asset based on his willingness to carry back the financing and even go subject to? So that's what we're going to look at. All right, so I saw the rents. He said he was going to re-rent this thing for $600 at the beginning of the next month. I looked online. That is probably market rent, and I'm already thinking right now that might not be enough for this to cash flow. So I did find a couple properties in the area that that rented for $1,800. So that would be my best case scenario, and I think I'm gonna need the best case scenario to even make this work, just based off of what I was thinking. One thing information I didn't get from him was what the property would, or what the actual mortgage payment was. So I texted him back and he said $1,279. And I was like, wow, $1,279 with this 2.75% interest, because this is what I'm really going after, because that's really juicy right now based on what the rates have done. So at $1,279, that's kind of scary, because if I take the $1,800, and I know based on taxes, insurance, maintenance, vacancy, property management, I'm going to lose about 40% of this every month, averaged out over the year. All right, so I just always hit that times 0.60. So my real rent, what I actually get to keep each month, is going to be $1,080. That's going to be my net operating income. Now I got to minus the mortgage payment. So we can already see that there's a problem there, right? $199 negative cash flow. And I haven't even factored in what my down payment's going to be, how much money I'm going to pay for, or how much I'm going to have to pay for my private money on the down payment. And then we still got the gap between the his equity, or excuse me, the value of the house, and then he owes $180. So that puts us at what? It's probably quick, easy math. I just can't see it right now. So I still got to negotiate seller financing terms on the equity here. So if we're already $199, it's probably not a deal, but I was curious because this looks really, really high, so it's got to be a 15-year loan. So I'm going to call him back to confirm, and what I also didn't ask was about HOA. So I'm going to have to call him back on that also, because it looks like from an aerial view that he does live in some sort of condo type building, and I'm almost 99% positive there is an HOA there. So I'm gonna give him a call back real quick.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I mean, on you said your mortgage. You texted me back. It was $1,279.
Yes.
Is that like a 15-year mortgage?
15-year mortgage fixed at 2.75.
Ah, okay. That 15-year, man, that might be the deal killer.
Yeah, it was for what my payment was
Mm-hmm.
to that,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm going to renew that lease for $1,600 a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at.
Got it. Are you managing the property yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you've been negative cash flowing almost, right? Up to this point.
For the last few months, yeah, and then I'm renewing the lease September 1st,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be $1,600 a month.
Got it. Yeah. All right. So I saw 1,600 was kind of the average, 1,800 in your best case scenario. Do you have an HOA over there too?
What's that?
Do you have an HOA over there?
Yeah, to 260.
Got it. All right. Well, man, I don't know if I can make this work. You got any ideas?
If you want to take it outright.
Yeah, I was even looking at a 30-year amortized with today's mortgage rates, and it puts me basically right at your $1,279.
Yeah, that's the thing though. That's why I refinanced it when I could.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was at 3.98 for the price, and for my payment went up I was at 3.9 something, I think 3.8 something.
Mm-hmm.
And when I refinanced it at 15 at 2.75, my payment increased $50?
Right.
So
Got it.
yeah, that's just the thing though, man. Like if you guys want to take it outright, I'm more than willing to take entertain some ideas for you. But I mean, this is where I'm currently at.
Got you. Yeah, the rents just ain't keeping up with the prices over there. So, and then with that extra $260 in HOA, it's like a deal killer.
Yeah, I totally get it, man. I totally get it.
All right, man. Well, I just want to get back to you and let you know what I was seeing.
Man. I appreciate it, Matt.
You bet. Good luck, partner.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, so for sure we've got no deal here, unless I missed something. And if I did, put it in the comments. Let me know where I messed it up. But this right here being this 15-year loan, that's the deal killer right there. And then when he said, told me about when I asked him about the HOA, so there's the nail in the coffin right there, because that puts us at a negative, 459. And I haven't even calculated the down payment, but let's just go ahead and do that, because if I were going to give him $50K down is the down payment, I've got a couple sources of private money that I can get this down payment right at 8%, and that would be a payment right around $333 at interest only. So there's another negative. So 459 minus 333. Oops, did I do it right? Oh, it'd be plus, wouldn't it? Plus 333. So now I'm at negative 792 a month. Not a great cash flowing property, especially when you're valued at $300,000. And then I still haven't even calculated what I would have to pay him for his equity, the seller finance. So we got the difference between here. This was actually not 180, he owes 160. So that would put the 300, oops. There's 140. Then minus the 50 grand that I gave him, that's what gives me 90,000 is what I'd owe him, right? If you missed that, it was the 300. I'll use all the zeros. Minus 160,000. That gives us 140 minus the $50,000 down payment. Now I've got to negotiate what I'm going to pay for this. I doubt that he would be down for principal only. Not that it would make a difference at all. But even if I got some sweet deal and got it at 4%, we're still, there's another $300 in the payment to him there. So now we're at what's that, 1,092 in cash flow. But that's not a positive cash flow. That is a negative cash flow. So I don't see a deal here. I'd probably be better off just going to a bank and getting one of these high 6 or 7% loans that they're giving out today, and I would do much better than what we got going on right here. So I don't see a deal here. I've got no equity. I've got no cash flow. If I miss something, if you got an idea that you saw that I missed or somewhere that I messed up. I am a student of the game. I am always open to learning. I learn something new in every single transaction. Share with me below what you saw, what we could have done differently. And if you're thinking about changing the use case, because that would really be the only other option I could think of, is changing the use of the property so it would generate more income to cover all the debt service that we got going on here, then we could do student housing, we could do short-term rental, we could do assisted living, we could do all of that type of stuff under normal circumstances. But this isn't a condo complex, and condos, townhome, connected homes, something like that. But they've got an HOA there, and for most parts of the country, that HOA is going to kill a lot of those possibilities. But here in Las Vegas, it absolutely kills every single one of those possibilities. So my only option here are the traditional ways of buying, selling, and leasing homes for this particular property. But hey, if you see something, let me know. Share with me below. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time.